right.
is that every piece of furniture, every item holds energy.
Right.
And if it's something you're not using anymore or you haven't used in a long time, let it go. Donate it to someone who can use it and will derive some joy from it.
Yeah.
I had somebody tell me a long time ago, and I thought that this was such a great lesson because I kind of did a purging and started over whenever I moved from Texas to here. I had a 4-bedroom house and, lived by myself on an acre of land. And why? I mean, why do I need all this?
Yeah.
Furniture in every single room, a formal dining room, a regular dining room. Who the hell needs 2 dining rooms when you live by yourself?
That's true.
It's just ridiculous.
That's true.
And one of the PAs that I worked with, he said, you know what your problem is? You're at a point now where you don't own your stuff owns you.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
Well, fuck this shit. Let's get rid of it. So that's what I did. I put everything in my house into storage and sold my house and moved to California with my car and my dog and whatever could fit in my car.
Yeah.
And I completely started over.
Yeah.
Moved in with a nice older lesbian lady in Orange and lived with her for several years and had Amazon ship me a bed, and that was it.
So how did that feel for you? Because you obviously went from having a certain type of life to being more of a minimalist, or maybe taking the risk to go into an environment that was very different for you. How was that kind of conversion between coming from Texas to here?
Oh man,
It's very different.
It was the people are so different.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part. And I didn't know anyone. So I was going from family and a support system and a job I had been at for 8 years and, a very stable life to a very unstable place where I didn't know anyone. I was renting a room, had absolutely nothing. But I will say that there is such a relief and sense of freedom having nothing.
Right.
And I really enjoyed it. And I actually wish now that I could do it again. I would love to sell my house and just, start over.
Yeah. Maybe it's like one of those things that comes along with age. I mean, we talked about Elon Musk has, decided to just get rid of everything too.
Right.
And my mother, different people in my family, it's just like they go from having something to just wanting nothing or just very, very little.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can just look at it as sort of like a 21st century version of sort of like, futuristic hippies, because it's not as practical for us to go and become wandering ascetics in the mountains and just sort of like walk around with like a mug in our hands looking for food.
Yeah.
So we just do it in more practical ways, you know, because what people used to do back then, especially during the 60s, is you just basically leave everything behind and sit at the feet of a master for, 4 to 12 years in attempts to reach that enlightenment, So it just shows that you don't have to go down to India and like the Varanasi and go through the whole motions of trying to find yourself in that way. You can do it here too.
You totally can.